RFMS have recently made it easier to access latest on-demand builds of Measure Desktop from the website support.measureflooring.com. And they've attached a link to the release notes for the latest on-demand builds so that the public can download from this link and use that particular build of Measure Desktop. Now, these on-demand builds are builds that come out between public releases, so you can't update to this one through the program itself. But oftentimes these particular builds will have bug fixes to things that perhaps may be affecting you personally, and maybe not all users, but you might be being affected by something. And this particular build is well worth updating to if you're experiencing any challenges at all. And when we look at the release notes, we see that it lists the improvements because aside from bug fixes, there are incremental improvements continually with each of these releases. But then there's also a list of bug fixes, so you can look down through here to see whether you're experiencing one of these issues, and it's going to add to your appreciation as to whether or not this is going to be a build that you'd like to update to. So you simply download it and run the file, and it will overwrite the current version of Measure Desktop you're using. But of course you won't lose any of the information that you have or any projects. Seeing we're looking at this particular on-demand update, let's look at a couple of improvements that have occurred in this one. And the first one I'd like to point out is simply if you select a room and you hit Shift and then you just click and drag, you can easily and quickly copy and paste that room. So it's simply select the room, hit Shift, and then just click and drag. The other thing I'd like to point out is that with this particular update, it's possible to insert cross seams on stairs. So let's just do that here. Firstly, to illustrate, that's the section of carpet we're dealing with at the moment. And then we'll just put a cross seam in here. We see we now have a couple of sections of carpet. So just two improvements that have been incorporated in this particular on-demand version of Measure.